So we come to the move called pushing the waves. Lovely qigong and tai chi movement. It's sometimes called reinforcing the waves or playing the waves. Again, it's varied in different forms. But this one's the 12th of the 18 form qigong sequence, which at first we stuck with the 8 brocades movement, and then 18 form qigong sequence, and then a 9 form I picked up in the Himalayas. So it's 35 moves all in all. Again, I'll put that in brackets, the 35, and put the number of the whole sequence. So this would be like out the whole sequence of 35 moves with the basically 3 forms fitted together. This is the bit of maths, the 20th move of the whole 35. Doesn't matter, you can do this segmentally or in the sequence I'll put them, doesn't really matter. We'll go more into the breathing anyway, and the breathing will be totally different to the traditional way, which I've done in other tapes. You usually breathe into the belly like a balloon, which will massage all the internal organs, etc. In an even better way with the motion. The motion will massage the organs, specifically, as in all qigong sequences, they specifically benefit a different meridian, electromagnetic river, nadi, whatever you want to call them, which links to specific organs, etc., and they benefit them within each move. This one is believed to help the pericardium, which is like the heart lining, the kidneys and the bladder. I'm not going to go into them meridians. I have on other tapes, but this one I'm just going to go straight into the breathing. It's yoga mixed with Pilates and hypnotic breath all in one. So we start with a Pilates breath. So as we start right now, stand nice and comfortably. You're going to zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals and take the navel towards the spine. And as you naturally do that, the breath will go into these lower lobes of lungs, the intercostals, the ribs, anywhere but the stomach. Okay, so as you do that right now, feel that breath going low and deep to them lower lobes of lungs as you're breathing in through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips as you're zipping up pelvic floor and scooping out your abdominals. As you're doing that, that will create a lovely 3D effect in the lower lobes of lungs, these fish gills, 3D style, because there's nowhere else for the breath to go apart from into these lower lobes of lungs. And in the Pilates style, that will help us use what we call the transverse abdominis, the corset muscle, the powerhouse, the girdle of strength, in the most efficient manner, helping us breathe anywhere but the belly button, helping us breathe low and deep into these lower lobes of lungs as you zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals and take the navel towards the spine. Feel that breath, or the journey of the breath, going all the way in through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips. And as you're doing that right now, that'll fill up these lower lobes of lungs as if someone's opening an umbrella and letting go. With that breath, the motion, the movement, adding width to the lungs and length for the out breath. As you exhale through pursed lips, imagine you're blowing out a candle through pursed lips. Breathing through the nose and exhaling through pursed lips. As you zip up pelvic floor and scoop out your abdominals, allowing that simplicity just to relax the mind. Lovely. Free, expansive breath. As if someone's pushing out from inside your ribs and letting go. That lovely 3D breath. Imagine someone's wrapped a scarf tightly around your ribs and you breathe into that scarf wide and full. Lovely. Now that's called lateral thoracic breathing in Pilates. Now we're going to change that. We're going to close the mouth and just carry on zipping up pelvic floor and scooping out your abdominals and taking that navel towards the spine. Okay. But simply, it's the same deal. We're breathing out through the nose, that's the only difference. But we're still zipping up pelvic floor and scooping out your abdominals, creating that smaller filter through the nose, so making that slightly more yogic in a way. Okay, it's nearly like Ashtanga, not quite. Ashtanga yoga, not quite. Now, as you do that, you'll notice the whole wheel cycle of the breath grow longer. Okay, so basically the breath grows longer. And instead of the breath, and change that. Instead of the breath breathing you, you're going to breathe the breath, especially that elongated out breath. So basically you're going to take your mind to that elongated out breath as you're still zipping up pelvic floor and scooping out your abdominals. And just elongate that out breath longer than the in breath, within your limits, not forcing anything. So as you do that right now, you'll feel them hypnotic responses in the body. Okay, a bit like 7-11 breathing in hypnosis. You're breathing for 7, exhale for 11 or slightly longer, whatever the count is. We're not counting, but you're just making the out breath longer than the in breath. The idea of that is as you breathe in, it's conscious thought. As you exhale, it's subconscious thought. So by extending the out breath longer than the in breath, right now, we're just encouraging sleep, digestion, rest, and relaxation to all be benefited as you elongate the out breath longer than the in breath, encouraging them restful relaxation responses and endless streams of comfort. Lovely. Lovely. So as you do that right now, zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals, but adding that hypno or hypnotic breath there, you elongate the out breath and get all them benefits. Now again, you can stick with that, or you can take this in a slightly more advanced manner to a more advanced yogic breath, ujjayi breath. So again, with that, we grip at the esophagus and make a sort of Darth Vader breath in a way. So we grip at the esophagus and it's like an exhale. So we breathe in through the nose, we grip at the esophagus. Watch these shoulders, keep them down, and exhale. And as you zip up pelvic floor and scoop out the abdominals, with that ujjayi breath or not, that'll lengthen the breath even longer. But if you can't get it, don't worry, just carry on doing as we were. If you get that ujjayi breath, it'll lengthen the breath even longer. Okay, and help us build the heat from the body and help us fan the fire, burn all the toxins in the body. It's like a keeping the shoulders down with the mouth shut. Sort of sighing, whistling, silky, raspy sound from the back of the throat. Ujjayi breath, victorious breath in Sanskrit. Lovely. Seashore breathing. Now again, as you do that, that'll give you something to hear. If you can get that ujjayi breath. If you can't, don't worry. Still tap into the sound and feel of the breath. Okay, again, it's more like focusing breath in a way. When you're trying to focus on something, you might make that sigh. But we're overemphasizing that focusing breath. Gives the mind something to focus on as you're doing that right now. Within the movements, the vinyasa we're going to do in a minute, that breath synchronized motion. Okay, lovely. Again, with ujjayi breath or not, we're going to link that to motion. That stimulates the thyroid gland, that ujjayi breath, which helps with weight control, etc. Helps us build the heat within the body, helps us fan the fire to burn all the toxins in the body. Ujjayi breath, victorious breath in Sanskrit. So again, with ujjayi breath or not, if you're not, still carry on zipping up pelvic floor, scooping out your abdominals, breathing out through the nose, while elongating the out breath longer than the in breath, whatever breath you're doing it, ujjayi or not, just quadruple it, double it, triple it, the out breath, just make it longer than the in breath, whatever suits you within your limits. Okay, and just feel that lovely chemical cascade to relaxation, all on that lovely elongated out breath, which is longer than the in breath. Allow that simplicity to relax the mind. So let's link this to motion. Okay, so again, it's a nice pushing motion. If you want, you can bring the foot in. So again, it's the same. These next three, you can dorsiflex the foot. Imagine this is the heel, and come back down flat on the foot. I'm going to demonstrate that further back, or you can leave the foot on the floor. Same deal as all of them. You can go in as deep as you like to relax and let go, or not. So again, let's just go back, pushing the waves from here, just to show you that foot. I'm going to breathe in and exhale for as long as you like, and then simply start again. Nothing set the motion, Again, you can partially empty and feel this leg. You can go down as deep as you like, or you can stay up as high as you like. Any problems with the back, stay up high. Any problems with the knee, you might want to just keep that foot flat. Okay, only make this as easy or as hard as you like. Exhaling, it's going to do that so you can hear the breath. And simply start again. Nothing set the motion. Simply elongate the out breath longer than the in breath. Again, breathing in and exhaling for as long as you like. If you want to come down deeper, come down deeper. So it's a and then just simply start again. Again, if you go down deeper, you can partially empty and feel that lead leg, that lead foot. So you get the plantar region of the foot stretched, the hamstrings, the glutes, the buttocks. As you zip up pelvic floor, gather in, navel towards the spine. And you'll even get that sciatic floss. Okay, again, the lower abdomen's getting squeezed like a pump or a bellows. With the breath, the motion, the movement. Breathing in and exhaling for as long as you like. Lovely sort of spherical motion. I'm going down deep. You don't have to go down that deep. Again, I don't spend too much time on the movement. More on how deep you go. Stay up high or go down as deep as you like to relax. Stretching these hamstrings, these glutes, these buttocks, the calves, even the plantar region of the foot's getting a little stretch there. That lower abdomen's being squeezed like a pump or a bellows with the breath, the motion, movement. Lumbar region of the back getting stretched. Lovely. So that was pushing the waves. Okay, you got the flying dove and the wild goose. They're quite all linked, these ones coming up. But again, that's a really good one. Nice one. It always brings in the kidneys. All the bending exercises brings in the kidneys. But I wouldn't get too caught up in what organ, etc. I know specifically in the forms, and that's fine. You can do, but some vary. Some say different organs. So it just tells you, you know, if you want to put your mind on an organ, no matter what the movement, you'll emphasise that and benefit that. Because what you focus on, you move towards, basically, or what you seek, what you find. So, you know, if you're focused on an area and believe in that benefit, you'll get it no matter what the motion. Again, that might be a bit contrary to common belief, but again, also, you know, naturally you'll feel like ones that open out the chest will naturally stretch all the organs in the chest, etc. Bending over ones will get the kidneys. It doesn't really matter. Every one of these, the breath, no matter what way you're breathing, really, will be entering every single organ, cell, sinew of the body. Every square inch of tissue in the body will be benefited with the breath, the motion, the movement. So as you're doing this, just get lost in the breath, the motion, the movement, and just feel the benefits after. If you don't feel good and it's don't do no good, don't do it. But again, so again, that was number 20 of the whole 35, 3 forms put together. Bang, lovely.